I said over easy!
I suppose those of you who know anything about me know I've always worked with good directors. I choose material well, and after that I think I'm lucky. The only one who could do what I do is me.
Last but not least, my agent, who about 10 years ago advised me that I had no business being an actor.
And the Oscar goes to?
I like a career that covers 3 decades, you know. It's nice. One in the 70s, one in the 80s, and this in the 90s. I'm happy.
Tell her a joke. What joke? Tell her about your unhappy childhood.
You guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out? What do you think you are, for Christ's sake, crazy or something?
Not even if you hear the sound of a thud from my home, and 1 week later, there's a smell coming from there that can only be a decaying human body. And you have to hold a hanky to your face because the stench is so thick that you think you're gonna faint.
I'm real, la 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 la.
Bring me the toast. Give me a check for the chicken salad sandwich, and you haven't broken any rules.
You know, I mean, I like a good time, so to speak. I look for it like gold.
Bob? Done.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers. You want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
I got a feeling I'm fine.
I know we're all pretty small in the big scheme of things. And I suppose the most you can hope for is to make some kind of difference. But what kind of difference have I made? What in the world is better because of me?
3 things to remember when you get older. Never pass up a bathroom. Never waste a heart-on, and never trust a fart. Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
Hey, there we go. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to this Batman watch party in celebration and in honor of Jack Nicholson, who turned 88 years old today. So happy birthday, Mr. Nicholson, who is without doubt one of my absolute favorite actors. Love everything he's been in, everything I've seen him in. Batman was probably the first thing I did see him in as a kid, because obviously, even though it's a dark film, you can say for kids, it's still sort of aimed towards kids in a bit, in a way. But anyway, let's welcome some people. We got Mike's DVD and Blu-ray collection here. Hey, Mike, how's it going, my friend? I know you're a big Nicholson fan as well. Stacy's here, Acres of Movies. Favorite scene in this movie? Well, pretty much anything with Jack, to be fair. You know, that's why we're here. We're going to watch this film. So we'll discuss the favorite scenes and stuff that are coming up. I mean, Jack, probably the museum scene. The museum scene where Joker goes to see Kim Basinger's character in a museum, and, you know, when he comes in and he starts, doing some vandalizing to the paintings. So yeah, the feature presentation is Batman '89. Probably still my favorite Batman film, to be fair. As everybody knows, I'm not the biggest comic book fan or the comic movie fan or superhero movie fan, although I do like the DC movies, and I like the DC characters like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. I do like those characters. Marvel never really appealed to me, but DC is the only one of these films, of these properties, that sort of have appealed to me in a way. And yeah, Batman '89, probably still my favorite, followed by Batman Returns. So it's fair to say I love the Tim Burton films. But anyway, let's just start this '89 classic, Batman. It's a 2-hour film, so let's go. Countdown starts now. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm watching the 4K, by the way, on my PS5. So now we start with the old Warner Shield. We got Josh here. Hey, Josh. How's it going? Yeah, this is a classic. Absolutely. Speaking of a huge Batman fan, Gareth is here for your tasties. Gareth is a big Batman fan. I actually went through all the Batman films recently, the last few days. I literally just got done watching Batman v Superman, and before that I watched, well, this one, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. And I watched the Dark Knight trilogy. I watched those over the last few days. I'm kind of working through all the DC films again. I started with the Superman films earlier this month, and yeah, now I'm finally at the. I think the next film up is Suicide Squad. So in my DC watches. So yeah, yeah. There's no Arnie in this, but you do got good old Jack. So yeah, here we go. Opening credits. We got the Danny Elfman theme. Is it there? Can I hear it? I have the sound lowered, obviously, but oh yeah, I can now. Yeah, okay, now I can hear it. Yeah, Danny Elfman music. Oh yeah, I always forget Jack Palance is in this, but yeah, Jack Palance is in this the same year as he was in Tango and Cash as well, playing Carl Grissom. You know, you are my number one guy, Jack. I do like this opening sequence where it's kind of, you know, going around the bat symbol. There it is, music by Danny Elfman. Don't know if you guys can see the TV too well. I'm just going to give it a few. Oh yeah, that's the one thing that is always my least favorite aspect about the film is the Prince songs. I'm not a big Prince fan. So that is the one element in the film that kind of dates it and sort of doesn't work too well for me. I know he was popular and the songs were popular, but that's the only bit of the film I'm not the biggest fan of is the Prince involvement, let's say. But no, as there's a Jack Nicholson birthday watch party and appreciation. Let's also, I want to hear from you guys some of your favorite Jack Nicholson performances, you know, right next to the Joker or besides the Joker. So do hit me up with some of your favorite Nicholson moments and films over the years. And what are your favorite bits of him in Batman? Yes, I am not a Prince fan. I've never really took to his music, sadly. No, it's I like 80s pop and all that stuff, but Prince never really done it for me. I am not alone. This is finally one thing me and Carol do agree on, it seems. Boo, Gareth. No, as I was talking, I could have easily done a Shining watch party because that's probably my favorite Nicholson film, you know, in general, is The Shining and my favorite performance. I went with this one because people wouldn't expect me to do a Batman watch party because, again, I'm not known for being a comic book guy or a you know, comic book movie, you know, superhero movie fan. So I figured let's do Batman. I'm going through the DC films now anyway, so it's a perfect match. But no, I could have easily done a film like Chinatown, although I guess, you know, Mr. Tasty's has done Chinatown. It's not a I mean, it's a great film, but it's not necessarily the most entertaining for a watch party. But I mean, I would love to do it. But The Pledge, no, I do like The Pledge. It's the ending that was a big letdown in The Pledge for me. I don't know, I wasn't the biggest Pledge fan. I mean, I liked the film right up until the ending, and then it was like, okay, wait, that's it. Pretty anticlimactic. But I mean, there's so many Nicholson films I could have done. Like I said, Chinatown. I love the. I always forget the title now. Where he's the Marine. The Last Detail. I love The Last Detail. That's one of my favorites. I love Carnal Knowledge with Nicholson. There are so many. Nicholson. It's hands down one of my favorite actors. Cuckoo's Nest, obviously, you know, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I think that's my second favorite after The Shining, or is it Chinatown? See, I'm always kind of struggling between those two. Well, I'm always very bad. I can never really do these what if scenarios. You know, what if. Because I'm always like, well, they got it right. And I'm no casting director, so who am I to improve on any casting choices? But this is actually an instance where I will not say that I would have preferred Pacino, because I don't think anybody could play the Joker the way Nicholson did. He's still my favorite Joker, by the way. Recently I watched again, you know, The Dark Knight, and Heath Ledger, of course, is fantastic. It's a great performance. But Nicholson is still the ultimate Joker for me, to be fair. So, yeah, Pacino, no. Pacino did great in a comic book film called Dick Tracy. Let's leave it at that. You know, let's not put Pacino in this one. Yeah, Cuckoo's Nest. I love One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's again, that was the year where it was Pacino versus Nicholson, because Pacino got the nomination for Dog Day Afternoon and Nicholson for Cuckoo's Nest. And that's one instance where I'm like, okay, well, fair play that Nicholson won instead of Pacino, because, well, it's a fantastic performance. I can live with that. Still not happy that Pacino didn't win, but, I can live with the decision that Nicholson got it instead of him. So here we go, Michael Keaton's introduction as Batman and the iconic 89 bat suit. Whenever I play Dark Knight, no, not Dark Knight, Gotham Knight, Batman Gotham Knight, or Arkham Knight. I always get the fucking titles confused. No, Batman Arkham Knight on PS4. I always go for the 89 bat suit to put on Batman in that game when I play that. And in that game you can choose the Christian Bale bat suit, you can choose the Keaton one, I think a few of the other ones from the films, I think the Affleck one. But I always go for the 89 bat suit. I love this suit, even though Keaton couldn't really turn his head and stuff in it, but yeah. I just love the design of it. There we go, I'm Batman. The iconic line. I still think Keaton is also the best Batman for me. Definitely the best in the suit. When he does the voice and stuff, it's not overly dramatic like Christian Bale in the bat suit, obviously. I'm Batman! It's more very growly and stuff. Clooney was Clooney. Val Kilmer was okay. I think Kilmer was a better Bruce Wayne than he was a Batman. And that's one thing I do. Michael Keaton is a good Batman, but not necessarily the greatest Bruce Wayne for me. I think he's a bit, I don't know, bit stiff as Bruce Wayne. I guess that's a character, but and on the other hand, Christian Bale is a perfect Bruce Wayne, but again, in the Batsuit, the voice really let it down for me there. Here we have Harvey Dent, not played by Tommy Lee Jones in this one. It's Billy D. Williams. He would get replaced by Tommy Lee Jones when it came down time for his character to have a big spotlight as Two-Face in Batman Forever. I think here we're gonna have Jack's introduction here. Yeah, here he is. There's no mistaking that receding hairline. That's Jack Nicholson. Yes, Gareth is here. Gareth is having his own watch party momentarily. I think in an hour's time ish. Yeah, here you go. This is Jack Nicholson, baby. Will they get a load of me? Yeah, Gareth is definitely a huge Batman fan. He's done many Batman videos. Kind of thinking, have you done a watch? I'm sure you have. Have you done a watch party on this one yourself? I know he's done Batman Returns, but I'm sure he must have done. He must have done the 89 one as well. Yeah, of course. Oh, what's this? Quick change of subject. I have not seen it yet, no. I have seen it on DVD in the German shop where I go, and I held it. I was like, could take it, but they still wanted 15 euros for it. I was like, nah. If it's like below a tenner, I would probably go for it, because I've heard terrible things about it. It's not one I'm in a rush to add to my Stallone collection, or not in a rush to watch it, so yeah. I will wait until it's in the DVD bargain bin or something. No, yeah, as I was saying, we all know Nicholson took top billing for this in his deal, and he got a very profitable deal out of this, with a percentage of the gross and stuff. Pretty much the same deal that Brando got for Superman the movie in '78, where Brando received top billing for his involvement, even though he's not really in the film that much. And he received a huge paycheck and some back end. Yeah, Nicholson was like, let's top that. So Nicholson, I think with this one, this is the most profitable for him. I think he still gets money up to wazoo for this film, for his involvement. So this is definitely a good career choice for Nicholson, and he got a good deal out of this. Ooh, 12 to Midnight. Yeah, it's the only reason I watched it in full is because we done the watch party. But yeah, it's far from great. I can't pinpoint the exact age, but I must have been pre-teen, like 8 or 9 years old, something. I do remember I saw Superman before. I've always been a bigger Superman fan, especially the Christopher Reeve films. Well, in particular, the first two, as I rewatched them recently, but and with the second one, it's only the Richard Donner cut, not the original one. No, I mean I've seen Superman before when I was 6, 7. Batman must have come after. So yeah, I was very young. Let's put it that way. I was so young, in fact, I remember watching Batman Returns afterwards, and the Penguin scaring the hell out of me. So yeah, Danny DeVito, man, he absolutely killed in that role. But I do remember Michelle Pfeiffer leaving a very lasting impression as Catwoman as well. So yeah. For this one, I just remember always loving Nicholson as the Joker. Kind of almost rooting for Nicholson, to be fair, because I don't know, he's just so. Yeah, you can tell he has a lot of fun playing this, and it rubs off on you when you watch him perform his scenes. It's endearing. It's a very endearing performance as the Joker. Like I said, for me, it's still my favorite. Followed closely, I would say, by Heath Ledger, but. Yeah, let's not even mention fucking Jared Leto in Suicide Squad. What an abomination that performance is, in my opinion. Oh yeah, the Gotham celebrating 200 years, yeah. Yeah, so I think it's kind of a shame and a missed opportunity they didn't bring back Billy D. Williams for Batman Forever as Two-Face. I like Tommy Lee Jones, but as I rewatched it recently, yeah, it's Batman Forever. His character, the Two-Face character, is not really the biggest threat. I mean, Jim Carrey as the Riddler kind of takes over. It becomes a Jim Carrey show at one point, but which Tommy Lee Jones definitely wasn't a fan of. He wasn't a fan of Carrey. Hey, Mr. Dan Horace here. Nichols, you are my number one guy. Yeah, I know exactly the scene you mean, and we have yet to come to it. But welcome, Mr. Dan. Yeah, absolutely love this film. Here we go, the lovely Kim Basinger, whatever way you want to pronounce it. Got a film with her coming up soon in the review series, because she's in the film People I Know with Al Pacino, which is, I think, not this upcoming Friday, but next Friday is going to be the review for that one. I do like her in this film, but the character Vicky Vale, I mean, does she add much to the film? I mean, I feel like you could cut her out and it wouldn't change much. But, you know, still, it's great to have Kim Basinger in there. Ian Grandis here on late was busy rubbing rhubarb. No worries, Ian. We're only, 10, 15 minutes in at this point? Not even, so you haven't missed much. You have missed Keaton's introduction as Batman, but Michelle Pfeiffer makes me happy in pants. 14 years old, Mikey. Yeah, she probably did to 9-year-old Jeff as well. I mean, even 28-year-old Jeff when I watched the film again a few days ago. So yeah. Meow indeed. Yeah. Here's Jack Palance hamming it up. Again, the same year as Tango and Cash. I feel he's kind of almost playing the same character he did in that film. Going over the top with it. It's a very comic book, a Saturday night morning cartoon villain. Well, to be fair, for this one, it's very, very appropriate. But we have Jack sitting in his purple suit, already foreshadowing the fact he's going to be the Joker. And the fact that he's holding the Joker playing cards, you know, doesn't hurt either. I say we just stormed the place. Why do I sound more like Clint Eastwood when I do Jack Nicholson? That's kind of the same voice depth, I guess, you know, kind of low end, yeah. Will they get a load of me? Yeah, that's more Jack, yeah. Jack, I want you personally on this. You are my number one guy. Man, I love Jack. I guess it's about the same time as well as he did The Witches of Eastwick, which I think was a year before this one, or 2 years. I love that film as well, The Witches of Eastwick. Again, Michelle Pfeiffer in that one as well. That's another one I could have done a watch party in that one. I love that film. That's would definitely be in my top 10 Nicholson films, I think. You are my number one guy. Here we go. Don't forget. You're lucky Jack. Man, I love Jack Palance. See him in so many films. When he's younger, when he's older, always a standout. Yeah, I agree. This is still my favorite. Yeah, Returns is a close second. Returns is definitely a close second for me. This is just so pure and so inventive and this has a lot going for it. And I must say, it looks fucking awesome on 4K too. I have to get Batman Returns on 4K. I have seen that one. I don't own it. I do actually need to get a copy of it. Well, yeah, it's with Nicholson and Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep. Yeah, I've seen it. It's very depressing. But yeah, I've seen it. There's many great Nicholson films. I mean, just the other day I was watching A Few Good Men as well. Obviously you got that speech in there. You can't handle the truth, all that stuff. Ask me nicely. You stand there with that faggoty white uniform, but you ask me nicely. Man, Nicholson for me is he's cool. Is what he is. He's cool. Cool as a cucumber, that guy. Yeah, Batman Begins is as much as I love The Dark Knight, I might slightly edge it to Batman Begins when it comes to that trilogy because I don't know, I just love the way it's set up, and I always forget that fucking Liam Neeson is in, and then yeah, there he is, Liam Neeson. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot he's in this, but yeah. The Batman. I haven't seen The Batman since cinema. Actually, I did watch that. That was the first film after COVID that I went back to the cinema to see. And I liked it, but I haven't seen it since. I've actually ordered the Blu-ray. It's coming soon, so I'm gonna rewatch it, see if it still holds up. I remember really, really liking it in cinema. So yeah. Mr. Dan Hoare, yes, I'm still finding great Palance performances from when he was young. Yes, especially in the westerns and stuff, man. It's yeah, such a great face, such a great actor. What would you have liked to see Pacino and Nicholson pair up for? Well, anything. I think that's other than Stallone and Pacino teaming up, that's the biggest team up I wish would have happened in a film was Nicholson and Pacino together. So yeah, I can't think of a specific one, obviously, but anything. Oh, hey, Mayan. I think Mayan recently got 1,000 subscribers, so congratulations, Mayan, and thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Nicholson could have done okay. De Niro Heat role, yeah. But I'm glad De Niro and Pacino. Yes, that definitely is De Niro and Pacino, for sure. I mean, yeah, just a good maybe a courtroom drama or something, or maybe something like that with Nicholson and Pacino. I don't know. Again, I can't think of a specific example or film, but definitely a team up or a collaboration should have happened. Yeah. Josh, I'm starting to think the same. Jeff, Batman Begins looks and feels like a Batman film. The sequels don't. Massively gone off Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, I mean, Dark Knight Rises is okay. I mean, I was invested again as I was watching. That's one of the most recent ones I watched last night, I want to say, or the night before. You know, it was last night. Then I followed it up with Man of Steel, and then today I watched Batman v Superman. I mean, it's okay. Not the biggest Bane fan. I mean, that voice, what the hell were they thinking? Oh, I broke the bat. Yeah, it's like I'm not a big fan of the Bane voice, but yeah. You're welcome, Mayan. Indeed. My favorite Batman is this Batman. Yes, it is the same for me. It is the same for me. It will always be the '89 Batman for me. But yeah, Batman Begins is great. Batman Returns is great with Keaton. Like I said, I have a soft spot for Batman and Robin because I know. I mean, there are some fans for it, of course. As I was watching, I had more fun with Batman and Robin than I did with Batman Forever this time. Actually, I know Batman Forever is objectively the better made film, but I just found it a little boring. Batman Forever. I had more fun with Batman and Robin. So yeah, and of course I love the Nolan films, but indeed, huge congrats. I don't think I really enjoy Nolan's films that much. I respect his work, but just don't find myself wanting to return to his films more than once. Yeah, that's fair enough. I can definitely understand that. I mean, as I talked about last Friday, my Insomnia review, he's done a lot of great films, but Insomnia is really a very under the radar one with Pacino. That is one that I can watch, and I have watched a few times over the years, for sure, that one. But the Dark Knight trilogy and stuff, I don't revisit that often. But when I do, I enjoy them. There's no doubt about that. I absolutely love the ride while I'm having it. So yeah, while I'm on the ride. Josh loves Batman Forever, Batman Robin. Yeah. Like I said, Batman Forever. Again, I don't hate it. It definitely wouldn't be the worst Batman film for me, but I think it's unfair to say Batman Robin is the worst as well. So yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what I grew up more with the Burton ones myself. Like I said, yeah. Plus, when it comes to superheroes, I will take Superman over Batman myself. As much as I love Batman, but you can play Bob from this. Oh yeah, yeah, or Nat Beatty from Superman role, which you choose. I love Nat Beatty and Superman, Mr. Luthor. Yeah, I'll go for that one. Go for that one. Be Gene Hackman's go-to nincompoop. Yeah. Same, you never had the urge to rewatch the Nolan films. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Again, like I said, I don't watch them often, but when I do, I enjoy them. So yeah. I mean, the thing that was weird about The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises is the IMAX sequences when you watch it in Blu-ray. Like, you got the standard, the widescreen aspect ratio, and then you got full screen IMAX, and it's like it kind of switches between that. That was weird when you pop in the Blu-ray and watch the film, and when the IMAX bits pop in. Good. Usually we're in the minority. Usually it's always Batman here, Batman there. It's like, what about Superman? But yeah, I love Superman, especially, like I said, the first two Christopher Reeve films. Superman 3 is actually my least favorite. I do prefer Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, myself. Yeah, Superman 3 is just Richard Pryor. It's just a Richard Pryor film disguised as a Superman film, in my opinion. Batman Returns is my favorite because it was the first Batman movie. Yeah, for me, definitely this one. But Batman Returns, when I watched that at a very early age, left a very, very lasting impression. For Penguin being so scary, Danny DeVito, and Michelle Pfeiffer being, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Very, very lovely lady, to put it mildly. It is, not my favorite film, but it's my favorite superhero film of all time. It's the first Superman, yes, the first Donner Superman. It's my favorite of all the DC or all of these superhero films. Yeah, that's my all-time favorite. Is Superman the movie, 1978. It still holds up. The score, John Williams, fantastic. Christopher Reeve. I mean, I recently watched that documentary. Christopher Reeve, Superman. That's oh man, that was emotional. That was a hell of a documentary. Oh, I've not seen that yet. No, I've heard a lot of great things about it. My buddy Dan from Dan's Movie Cave, well now known as the Talking Movies and the Westerns for Life podcast. That's part of those two series. Dan says because he's a big Sopranos fan, he's a big mob movie fan. Dan always says it's great. It feels more like a mob show rather than a comic book show. Or superhero stuff, but I haven't seen it yet. But I definitely will get around to it because I did love the character, the Penguin, Colin Farrell, in the Batman film. So I will definitely give that a watch. I'm a fan of mob movies as well, so and Sopranos and stuff. So, oh hey Mike, can't really say but popping and leaving a like. Everyone hit. Oh, thank you so much, Mike, and no worries, no worries. Glad you were here anyway. But always appreciate the support. We should play Joker next. Honestly, this is my own personal opinion. As much as I love the Joker in media, I've kind of had it a bit with the Joker. I feel he's a little too oversaturated. We've had Joker, obviously Nicholson in this one, and Heath Ledger. I'm just, speaking live action chronologically. We've had Jared Leto. We've had Joaquin Phoenix. I've kind of had too much Joker in the last few years. That's why I did really love in the Batman that they didn't go for the Joker once again. I love that they used the Riddler in the Batman because that's a little more underrated character as a villain. So I would just love them to go that route. Just use a more obscure villain, not go back to the obvious Joker because he's too obvious to use always, and he's been used to death by this point, in my opinion. Also have played the Batman Arkham games, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight, where the Joker is very prevalent as well. So I've kind of had my fix of the Joker. I just wish that they just use different villains, like the Riddler, again, like I said, in the Batman. So yeah, or the Penguin, yeah. Oh yeah, I will definitely check it out. This though, I have always said that Willem Dafoe would make a perfect Joker. So if Willem Dafoe would be cast as a Joker, I will definitely be interested. And welcome, by the way, Dr. Impossible. But no, I do love Willem Dafoe. I agree. Put makeup on him, he's terrific as the Joker. Yeah, he already has the perfect face for it. This is the scene where Jack is going to be turned into the aforementioned Joker. Where's that King Tut movie villain version? King Tut? King Tut movie villain version. Am I missing something? Hey, Mike Barrett is here. Hey, Mike. What are your thoughts on life? Well, that's actually, I've never been a fan of the Adam West stuff. It's too campy for me. I mean, Batman and Robin is pretty campy, but I can still tolerate that campiness. Yeah, the 60s Batman, or even that film, the show and the film. I've seen the film. I've not really seen too much of the show, to be fair, but yeah, not the biggest fan of the Adam West stuff, personally. I mean, I guess it's a product of the time, really, because, yeah, but never been the biggest fan of it. Okay, wait, there you go. We're just talking about, yeah, okay, like I said, I've never seen too much of the 60s TV show. I know a few of the villains from mostly the Arkham games and stuff. Hush. Yeah, I think Hush, the imposter and stuff. There's a few villains that pop up in the games. I mean, I would love to see Ra's al Ghul back as a villain as well, because I love Liam Neeson in Batman Begins. I think that character is really underrated as a villain, Ra's al Ghul. So we'd love to see him again. Yeah. Joker is thrown into the poisonous acid bath thingy, whatever the hell it is. Now he's becoming the Joker. Wait till they get a load of me. Yeah, there you go. King Tut was a villain. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the TV show too much, like I said. Kim Basinger. He's creepy with his facial expression. Just Willem Dafoe, right? Yeah. I mean, he already made for a perfect villain in a comic book film in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, which is my favorite of the Marvel hero films. It's the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man, followed by Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi. And I do really I actually love Spider-Man 3 as well, the Sam Raimi one. So, yeah. Not a popular opinion, but... Oh yeah, there's this awkward dinner scene where they're sitting at the other ends of a very long table. Could you pass the salt? I don't think I've ever been in there. Yeah. I do love Keaton. I actually haven't seen the Flash movie yet. I know he returns in that. I have picked it up. I have picked it up on Blu-ray in a sale, free for €20. Also got the second Aquaman film, which I haven't seen either. I have seen this one though, Black Adam on the big screen. I've seen that one in theaters. But I haven't seen the Flash in that second Aquaman film yet. So kind of completing my DC collection, going through them again. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I haven't seen the Flash yet, but I do know that Keaton returns in that, which I'm looking forward to seeing Keaton return in that film as Bruce Wayne / Batman. So yeah, I think it's like a multiverse thing from what I've heard. So it's going to be interesting. Or DC all the way. Like I said earlier, I mean, I never really gravitated towards the Marvel characters other than Spider-Man. But DC, I mean, I love Batman, I love Superman, I love Wonder Woman. I love The Flash even. I love Aquaman, especially the Jason Momoa one. Yeah, I mean, DC for me has better characters. I've played more DC games, the Injustice games by the people that make the Mortal Kombat games, Injustice and Injustice 2. That's where I got a lot of, my DC love from as well. And obviously growing up with films like Superman and, this particular film right here as well, the Batman films from Tim Burton. So yeah, DC all the way for me on that one. Bad Peter Parker was the only goofy thing. Yeah, and I still like that. Yeah, I still actually like that. Seeing in the cinema back then, I lost my wallet leaving the theater. Oh, this one? Yeah. I wish I would have seen this one or they would re-release this one because I would love to see Batman, this one on the big screen. I mean, I guess, I can put on my VR headset and, be in the cinema kind of watching it, but... which will be a substitute until I do watch it on the actual big screen. Young and stupid. I'm a Superman girly myself, but I've had more fun with some of the Marvel films. Okay. Yeah, like I said, with Marvel, my knowledge and my, I guess, appreciation of them sort of ends with the Spider-Man trilogy. I've seen Iron Man, but I don't know. I just can't get into the other characters there in Marvel. I don't know. Tony Stark, Iron Man just isn't as appealing to me as Bruce Wayne or Batman or Clark Kent, Superman. Those characters. I don't know, just the roster of characters. I think DC has a better roster of characters, if that makes sense. At least a roster that is more appealing to myself. Let's put it that way. Here we go. Mirror. There we go. This is when Jack, yeah, Jack is still my favorite live-action Joker. I do also love Mark Hamill as the Joker, of course, as when he does the voiceover for Joker in the animated series and the Batman Arkham games. He's fantastic as well. always go back and forth with Batman '89 and Returns. Yeah, I can see that because for me it's always Batman and then followed by Returns. So yeah, but both of them are excellent. I love both of the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton films for sure. I mean, Returns I would maybe give it in terms of the villains because as great as Jack is, I mean, in Returns we got Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito and even Christopher Walken as Max Schreck. Which is complete new character, not a character that was previously in any Batman stories, but I'd still love fucking Christopher Walken in there. It is tough to choose, but in this one you have the powerhouse that is Jack Nicholson, so it's it's tough. It's tough is what it is. Here we have the iconic Joker reveal scene. You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier. Not for me. So yeah, I have no idea, to be honest, but yes, it was the same year, yeah. Tango and Cash, yeah, also both with Jack Palance. Yeah. Jack. Yeah, this is where Palance gets his class act after class act. Yeah, for when you watch those two, yeah. Hey, double A's here. Hey, double A. Brilliant film, but Returns is better. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, again, that's subjectively, I guess, but for me, it's hard to choose. But I will give it to this one just because of Nicholson. Yes, here we do have this big scene coming up here. Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier. I love the Joker laugh. Nicholson does a great laugh. That's the trick shot thing here. See, how can you not love Nicholson as a Joker, man? He's really embellishing in this role. I love it. The surgery scene with Joker and the surgeon scared the crap out of me as a kid. Yeah, that's strange enough, this one didn't do anything for me when I was a kid and I watched it, but the Penguin, like I said, in Returns, that scared the crap out of me. Especially that bit where Danny DeVito bites the guy in the nose, If you know, you know. Did you like Mystery Man? I'm not familiar with it, I think. Doesn't ring any bell anyway. Yeah, allegedly, a little bit. He's brilliantly crazy. Yeah, that's what he is. Like I said, this is all in celebration of Jack. Is why we're doing this, because of his birthday today. So, yeah, man, I love Jack. Fantastic actor. I always forget about this bit that Keaton is hanging upside down here. Yeah, could be worse. My nose could be gushing with blood. Always brings a smile to my face. Winged freak. Will they get a load of me? Man, I love Jack. Me. Ooh. Ooh. Man, I love him. I mean, this is perfect casting for me. Jack Nicholson as the Joker. It's top notch. Can't beat it. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. As a matter of fact, I think his scenes are so good that every time we cut away from him, we go to the, the film's actually about Batman and Bruce Wayne and stuff. But every time we cut to Batman and Bruce Wayne, it's like, get back to the Joker. I want to see Jack again. It's one of them instances. You can see why he got top billing, because he does steal the show for sure in this one. The film's called Batman, but it could easily have been called Joker. They paid up. Nicholson got a fantastic deal out of this. He definitely filled his pockets on this one big time to get Nicholson for it. I think at the time it was the most money. Yes, anyone had been paid outright for a movie. I think so. He hasn't, especially with the with the deal that he worked out, where he got a lot of the profits, percentage of the profits and stuff, the back end deal. He made out like a bandit on this one for sure. Well, yeah, we're gonna get another iconic Joker bit here. Although Alec Guinness earned more overall and percentage of points taken for Star Wars, I think. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, like I said, Jack definitely made out like a bandit on this one as well. I think. Oh, yeah, definitely comes close. Life's been good to me. What's with that smirk? The Shining. Cuckoo's Nest. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Chinatown. Batman. Let's see a fifth. Last Detail. Yeah, go with that. Runner-up, Witches of Eastwick. 5 Easy Pieces. I love that one. Carnal Knowledge. Missouri Breaks. I do love that one as well, with him and Marlon Brando. Yeah, he's done so many great ones. It's hard. A Few Good Men, I haven't even mentioned it. As Good as It Gets, those are fantastic. Yeah, it's, man, too many great ones. Production design is stylish, terrifying, visually engaging, and arresting on a level that the rest of the movie has a hard time living up to, creating a world that looks like Batman could exist there. Yeah, it's the production design in this one is top notch, and the makeup and stuff on Jack, and et cetera, they just did overall fantastic stuff in this one. The whole feel of it, it's almost like Dick Tracy. They just nail it with the color palettes and the production design and cinematography and stuff. Yeah, it's lush, it's vibrant, it's perfect. It's what it is. You can't compare today and back then. The anticipation, the premieres, the posters, the popcorn, the incredible mood, so different. Yeah, it's definitely way different. There you go. Remember you are my number one guy. He does the imitation of Jack Palance. Jack imitating Jack. As Jack. Yeah. Too many Jacks in this. Thought he was a Joker, not a Jack. But not many mentions of terms of it. Oh, I like Terms of Endearment, but I don't mind romantic films or more quote unquote sappy films, but that's a bit too sappy for me, that one. I've watched it once, I own it, but I just never really felt the need to revisit that one. On the other hand, I love Bridges of Madison County. That's one I can revisit more often and stuff. But no, I never really. I don't know. It's a great film. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's not one I watch often. I watch other romantic films more often than I do that one. And more dramatic films. Yeah. Roger Moore Bonds. The audience was fantastic. Going to see was a super fan. Yeah, that's good to hear, because Roger Moore is my favorite. I love the Bond films of Roger Moore for sure. I'm glad you're dead. I'm glad you're dead. Oh man, I just love how much fun Nicholson is having. Obviously, that's one that has escaped me. Yes, I know about The Postman Always Rings Twice remake. Yeah, in the 80s, it's him and Jessica Lange. I've always wanted to get a copy of it. I always wanted to watch it, but I just haven't watched it yet. Yeah, that's one that has escaped me. I will definitely get that soon because it is pretty high up on my to-get list and my to-watch list. But I just haven't got around to it. But no, I haven't seen that one. Do De Niro and Pacino get along with Nicholson or know him? Well, De Niro worked with Nicholson in The Last Tycoon from 1976. They actually shared a scene together. Kind of big scene. It's a pretty forgotten film. I've only seen it once. So I guess so. And Pacino and Nicholson, they have been known to joke around with each other at awards ceremony and like the Emmys and like the Golden Globes and stuff. They seem to be on good terms anyway. So yeah. Hey Ramon, good evening. Thanks for tuning in. See if Ramon is a fan of this Batman film, of the Tim Burton film. Burton's first vision of Gotham City was less about recreating New York and more about building something that fits the characters. I can't believe First has been dead since 1991. Yeah, I mean, Gotham always did feel like, just pretty much like this universe version of New York, and especially when you watch, Dark Knight, they pretty much used New York, didn't they? So, yeah, this does feel. This has a different feel. This has a unique feel to it, the city of Gotham in this film and the other Tim Burton film. So I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I do love that one. Yeah, again, I've even forgot to mention that one. Easy Rider. Yeah, feels like it's a bit faded, a bit. Feels like it's faded a bit too. Let's just do that again. Super influential back then, but maybe society has moved on, so it's in danger of being forgotten. Yeah, I can still easily watch that one, Easy Rider. That's a great film. Definitely a big one for for 1969 when it was released. Made a big profit, that film. Come visit Gotham. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to go to New York. Our version of Gotham. Again, I don't do good at recastings, and I think Nicholson is perfect for The Shining, so no. I would say absolutely not. The Shining works because of Jack Nicholson for me. That and Stanley Kubrick, of course, his direction. But when you're younger, you don't really pay attention to who directed the film. You pay attention to the people on screen. As when I was younger, it was Nicholson, and the actors that always drew me to films rather than directors. So yeah, Nicholson is the element for me in The Shining. So I cannot see, as much as I love Walken, I cannot see him as Jack Torrance. Walken has his own Stephen King film that he's great in. It's called The Dead Zone. Yeah, much prefer that for Walken. The ice is gonna break. But no, there's only one Jack Torrance, and that's Jack Nicholson. Wendy, darling, light of my life, I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. I'm gonna bash them right the fuck in. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat that, Nicholson. Yeah. Can you imagine Walken doing that scene? Wendy, darling, light of my life, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. No, it doesn't work. Did you see a deep fake version of The Shining with Jim Carrey and Nicholson? I actually did see that, and that did make me chuckle. Seeing Carrey's face kind of pasted on Nicholson's. That would have been interesting, but yeah, Jim Carrey was, I think, a little too young at that point, 1980. Yeah, the first time we saw Carrey was Deadpool or Pink Cadillac. Those Eastwood films. Those were some of his first films. So yeah, definitely a bit too young. He would have been a bit too young for the film to be up for it even. But yeah, I wouldn't mind them doing a full deep fake version of Carrey in the entire film. I wouldn't mind seeing that, just for shits and giggles. Dutch film of which Roger Moore Bonds that you see in the cinemas back then? That's a good question for Ramon. Nicholson did a couple of low-budget mid-60s westerns with Monty Hellman, Ride the Whirlwind and The Shooting. They are worth checking out for early. I've heard of Ride of the Whirlwind. I've not seen the other one or heard of the other one, but those are definitely some of the ones I have to check out. I also have to check out the Roger Corman films that he did and stuff. You know, very early on. I think some of those westerns are Corman productions. So, if I'm not mistaken. Talking about Easy Rider, have you ever seen Electra Glide in Blue, Jeff? If there ever was a film where the American dream turned sour before its time, it's that film. The soundtrack is marvelous. Electric Glide in Blue. No, I've not even heard of that. But that is definitely on my list now. Just don't got anything to write down at this point. No paper, no pen, but I will remember it. I will remember it. What do you think of Ray Nicholson? Liking him in horror movies. I have actually not. Is he not in Smile? If it's that same guy I'm thinking of, I mean, I think he's actually Nicholson's son or whatever. Yeah, I think so, right? So, let me know if it's that guy, because if it is, I like him. Yeah, Ride the Whirlwind. Yeah. How many cleaner helpers does Alfred have on staff? I think Alfred is a one-man team. He does everything by himself. Ah, yeah. If it is that one indeed, yes, then I do like him. Yeah, I agree. Ooh, Ramon has his top 10 Nicholson here. This is cool. Easy Rider, The Pledge, Last Detail, The Passenger, About Schmidt, As Good as It Gets, 5 Easy Pieces, Shining, Cuckoo's Nest, Chinatown. Yeah, like I said, for me, my favorite is The Shining. Then I would go with let's go Cuckoo's Nest number 2, Chinatown number 3. Then I would go Batman. Number 5, what did I say earlier? Last Detail, I think, right? I do love The Last Detail. If I went beyond that, I would put films like Witches of Eastwick, As Good as It Gets, Easy Rider, 5 Easy Pieces. The Pledge, like I said, the ending was a big letdown for me. The Passenger was a big letdown for me. I really have to give that a rewatch because I was so bored with that one. I didn't find anything in there at all. But I'll have to give it a rewatch. I watched it in my teens, so maybe now that I've matured a bit, I will appreciate it a bit more. But I do have it on DVD. I also like Wolf with Michelle Pfeiffer. Mike Nichols' film, werewolf film. I do love that one as well. But yeah, I mean, overall, a lot of the ones that Ramon has there in his top 10 would be in my top 10 as well. So again, except for The Passenger and The Pledge, because while I did like The Pledge, yeah, it's not a favorite of mine, especially the ending. It was a real letdown. Little Shop of Horrors, indeed, that's one of them. Anton Furzit, great. Making the look in this. He died before the other ones. Yeah, that's what Dr. Impossible said, right? He died in 92 or whatever. Let me just go back. Where was that? 91, yeah. Yeah. Ramon has seen 0 Roger Moore Bond films in the cinema. Mom and Dad never took us, and the nearest cinema, I guess, was in Eindhoven. The guy who played young Jack Napier he does look a lot like Nicholson. I thought so. I've always thought so. Yeah. He's got the eyebrows, right? Like Jack has them. Kind of the same face and stuff. Yeah. Passenger is a real art house film. Yeah, that's the vibe I got of it. Michelangelo Antonioni film, but Maria Schneider coming off of Last Tango in Paris. I like Last Tango in Paris, which is artsy fartsy in a way. But that's Bertolucci. That's not and a problematic film as well. That one. Let's move on. The Departed. I mean, I like The Departed, but Nicholson is a standout in that film for sure, in my opinion. But yeah, even as a Scorsese film, I would not have it in my top 5 or top 10 even Scorsese films, because I don't know. I mean, it's good, but it's a little overhyped for me. Is that one? It's not top tier film. Yeah, not top tier for me. Though you were talking about, I thought you were talking about the Passenger. No, no, no. We're talking about the '75 Michelangelo Antonioni film with Jack Nicholson and Maria Schneider. That's the one we're on about. Professione Reporter. Yeah, The Passenger. Me neither, Jeff. And the original Hong Kong movie is much better. Oh yeah, this based on a what is it, Internal Affairs? Yeah, Chow Yun Fat, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Love that Joker. Oh yeah, this is where Joker. Let's put a smile on that face. Ah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, Internal Affairs. Where can I get these fine new items? Well, that's the gag. Chances are you already bought them. Love that Joker. Put on a happy face. Yeah, this is where Keaton is like, oh, it's Jack Napier, he's still alive. And then pretty soon he's going to get the revelation that Jack Napier is the one that killed his parents, which we've seen the Batman, the origin story so many times. How many times have we seen that back alley where Martha Wayne and Thomas Wayne died, and we've seen the exact scene play out so many times in these films. This is the only time where they incorporate, the Joker being part of that, I think. But, didn't they do it in the Joker film with Phoenix as well? I can't remember, but yeah. Electric Light and Blue is great. Okay, well, I will definitely add it to the list for sure. Oh yes, I do like this one as well. Yeah, always quite partial to Nicholson in the Paramount film Going South. That guy had grit. Yeah, Going South. I do have that on DVD as well. It's actually one he directed as well, with him. I think. Who else pops up in that one? John Belushi, I think, pops up in that one, and I think also. I can't think of his name right now. From Back to the Future, Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd. I think he's also in that film as well. I love the Jack Palance film Craze. It's for free on YouTube. Okay. He plays a cult leader in London, in fucking London. Prizzi's Honor is not bad. Oh yeah, I do like that one as well. Yeah, with Kathleen Turner, Angelica Houston. I do have that on DVD as well. Prizzi's Honor. Yeah. I really had to get used to Jack's, I guess, more Brooklyn, more New Yorkish accent in that one. That was weird because, yeah, usually Nicholson is always, Nicholson. I had to get used to his accent in that film, but yes, I did enjoy that film. Also, Robert Loggia pops up in that one as well. R as in it's Robert Loggia. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Loggia. That guy. Oh, they did do it in the Joker film. There you go. Yes, I do also have that on DVD as well with Nicholson and Alan Barkin. It's kind of underrated. I mean, you don't hear many people talk about that one, but as I watched it when I picked up that DVD, I haven't watched it since though, but I really enjoyed it. I did. It's actually overdue for a rewatch, that one. I might have to give that a watch, a rewatch soon. I do agree with that. Yeah, I always felt that Scorsese's Oscar for The Departed was because Scorsese. I mean, Didn't get Best Director for Raging Bull. Didn't get Best Director for Goodfellas. Come on. Yeah, it does feel like that's more of a compensation. Like Pacino getting it for Scent of Woman. It's like, well, you didn't win for The Godfather. You didn't win for The Godfather Part 2. You didn't win for Serpico. You didn't win for Dog Day Afternoon, which, let's be honest, you should have won all of those. So here's one for Scent of a Woman where you shout and say hoo-ha a lot. Here you go. Yeah. Just because you're blind in the film. There you go. Yeah, again, I like the performance in Scent of a Woman. It's definitely, Pacino, kills in that film as he always does, but that film, instead of Dog Day, instead of Serpico, instead of Godfather 1 or 2, it's, yeah. Again, Scent of a Woman is great. Pacino's great in it, but it's not the film that he should have won an Oscar for, Yeah, Robert Loggia, please, Tony. Yeah, that guy. We'll be seeing him Saturday, as I will be doing a Scarface watch party in honor of Pacino's birthday. I can't do a watch party Friday because A, I'm working, and B, I've got a Pacino review on Friday, which is actually the Pacino's birthday. This Friday, I think it's the Simone review coming up this Friday. But Saturday and Sunday is going to be the Pacino weekend, because Saturday I'll be watching Scarface and Sunday I'll be watching Carlito's Way. So yeah, we'll be getting that bit there at Tom Baker references on Saturday, this upcoming. Same bad time, same bad channel. Oh, here we go, the museum bit. Yeah, with the Prince song is the only stuff that ruins it for me in this scene. I do like Nicholson coming in there with the beret and the cane, knocking over the statues and painting over the paintings. But yeah, it's just that Prince song. It's, yeah. Often they don't get the yeah, that's true. That's true. That is true of an Italian film. Yes, I actually do know that. but I'm a Pacino nut. I know pretty much everything about all his films. Yeah. Perfuma di Donna is the original 70s Italian film. I think they gave John Wayne. Yeah, John Wayne never really seemed like an Oscar-winning actor, to be fair. He's always John Wayne, which is great because we all love John Wayne. But yeah, True Grit is definitely. I watched that and I was like, really? They gave him an Oscar for this? That's just my take. I like True Grit, but it's not really an Oscar-winning performance for me, to be fair. Hey, Mattis here. This town needs an enema. Stop the press. Who's that? It's hard to stay within the lines. Hey, Matt. Man, I love Nicholson. This is my favorite scene in the film of his, and is the museum bit. Again, the only thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is the Prince music, but yeah. There we go. Well, I'm no Picasso, but what do you think? Yeah, that's if there is a John Wayne film that I will say is an Oscar-worthy one, I will probably give it to the Shooters or the Cowboys. That's a great one as well. But yeah, the Shooters is a really good performance by John Wayne. So yeah, they probably should have saved the True Grit statue for that one. I've not even seen this year's Oscar, so yeah, there you go. The Batman Experience this year had the art gallery with the paint splotches, etc., which was cool. Yeah, that's good there. Yeah. Yeah, Queen May. She's recently passed 1,000 subscribers. So again, huge congratulations to Mayanne. She's now part of the 1,000+ group, I guess. My face on the $1 bill. Do I look like I'm joking? My face on a $1 bill. Well, Tony Montana has his face on a dollar bill, but yeah, that will be Saturday. Push it to the limit. Yeah. I love that song. Hey, Dave is here. Hey, Dave. Savoy 1984. We're just in the middle of the museum bit with Jack Nicholson and Kim Basinger. Basinger, whatever way you want to pronounce it. Amsterdam 2 is out. You check it out. Unless you have to. Is it out? I've seen the trailer for it. I don't know if it's out yet. I haven't heard about it being released in cinemas or stuff, but yeah, I don't know. He got her flowers. What do you know about it? How about little you and me? I thought it was a Pisces. Come on. I mean, just turn Jack loose. Oh, I love this bit. Ah, my face. Help me. I'm melting. I love the little jump scare when she taps him on the shoulder. It's like, Boo. And cue Batman. Where does he get those wonderful toys? They say April showers bring May flowers. Brings May flowers. Well, yeah, there's truth to that. Have you seen Pacific Heights with Michael Keaton? I have not seen that one, no. I haven't seen too many Keaton films outside of, well, Batman and Jackie Brown. I'm sure I have seen his recent one. Knox Goes Away, because Pacino's in it. But I haven't seen too many Michael Keaton films outside of, the big ones here, like Batman and stuff. I must check some of them out, because I do really love him as an actor. No worries, Matt. Don't work too hard, my friend. And yes, we'll definitely see you soon. You can. It's just you can't use them. I mean, I'm sure if you travel to the US and you bring back $1, it's okay. But you got to exchange it to euros first before you can use it. So yeah, it's useless to have as a currency here. But Michael Keaton, Mr. Mom, or Gung Ho watch party. Anyone legendary? Oh, I've not seen those either. Not seen those either. Pacific Heights is ace. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. I actually have heard it. I've heard of it. Oh, it's Stacy wants a Gung Ho watch party. Just coins. I'm sure you can bring back a bill if you're traveling to the US, but again, like I said, it's useless as a currency. The shops won't accept it. Let's put it that way. My favorite Mike Keaton film is still Gung Ho. Oh, okay. I'll have to check these films out. I never heard of them. Oh, or Night Shift. Yeah, he made out like a bandit, especially after the ending of Scarface. Who's gonna get that money? Yeah, the bank. Clean and Sober is Keaton's masterpiece performance. I've not seen that either. Like I said, I've not seen too many Keaton films. I'm ashamed to admit. Yeah, I must check some of them out for sure. I like how Keaton's character is a leader to the different workforce in this town in Gung Ho. Okay. no blood. Yeah, that's because he's wearing a bulletproof armor vest thingy, you know. His suit is made of bulletproof stuff. It's 1986 and they're making The Running Man. They find $10 million more. They call Al Pacino to offer him the Richard Dawson role. Nah. I don't see Pacino in that role. Besides, 86 would never have happened because Pacino went on a career hiatus from 85 to 89. He didn't do films for 4 years, so yeah, there's no projects in that time, sadly, because Pacino had it, because Revolution was a big flop. And then he went back to the stage for a few years, so he didn't do any films until 89 when he came back with Sea of Love. Which he kind of had to do Sea of Love because at that point he was broke. I've been reading his memoir, which he does speak about that. So, I tried. I mean, I kind of wanted to use this image, but I just couldn't find it in that aspect ratio. But I found it with the yellow, sort of tone to it. I was like, yeah, that works. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Quite possibly Dr. Impossible. I personally ranked Birdman as number one Keaton. Keaton had a lot of fun comedies, which I already mentioned. You could add The Dream Team and Johnny Dangerously to those. All fun. All which I've never seen. Yeah, my Keaton knowledge pretty much ends with Batman and Jackie Brown and Knox Goes Away. To be fair. I've heard of Birdman, though. Birdman was kind of... When that came out in 2016 or whatever it was, that was kind of... There was hype for that film, but I just haven't seen, just like Tom Baker hasn't. I don't think I've ever hated a Michael Keaton film. Oh. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check some of them out. After this, I'll be able to make a list of a few. I can tell there's some. There's definitely quite a few that's been mentioned so far. Gung Ho, Mr. Mom, Night Shift, Clean and Sober, Birdman, The Dream Team, Johnny Dangerously. There's definitely a few I will have to watch. I mean, this is probably a back screen projection here on Kim Basinger when she's in the Batmobile, but this looks fantastic. This is some of the best back screen projection I've seen, to be fair. This looks amazing. Great visual effects in this film. I did warm to Ron Howard's The Paper many decades ago. Whilst I'm not a Ron Howard fan, The Paper had Keaton at his most intriguing and enjoyable. That does sound intriguing. Pardon the pun. No, that does sound intriguing, actually. The Paper. If you want to get really annoyed at Matthew Modine's character, watch Pacific Heights. Okay. Sold. Yeah, I think he talked about that. He talked about doing the steamy, sexual scenes with Alan Barkin, which he didn't feel too comfortable with, but he felt comfortable with her. They were both comfortable with each other and kind of stuff like that. I think they got along because they also did appear in 2007 or 2008 in Ocean's 13 together. So yeah, I think they got along. Birdman is interesting. Yeah, like I said, when it came out, there was a lot of press and hype around it. I definitely was aware of that when it came out, but just haven't checked it out. John Wayne did comedic films and dramas like The Quiet Man. That's actually one of the Wayne films I've not checked out yet. Is The Quiet Man. I've mostly stuck to his westerns so far, obviously because I'm a western fan. Um, the only non-western of his that I've seen, I know he's done a lot of war films as well, like the Green Berets and stuff like that. But the only non-western film I've seen so far is Brannigan. I still want to see McHugh as well, which I still haven't as of yet. But yeah, mostly it's the westerns, of course. Modine does not understand the rules in that and acts dumb. He makes kites, and wigs out. Then they leave these sets up for years in case you want to make sequels. For Batman? Oh, I don't know. I mean, you would have to ask Gareth. Gareth is the Batman expert. If he's still there. No, I think he's preparing for his own watch party coming up momentarily of Michael Caine in water. So, but no, Gareth is the go-to Batman guy in my opinion. Especially when it comes to the Keaton stuff. I think my dad watched The Quiet Man more times than anyone on planet Earth. Yeah, it does, you know, kind of come across like a dad film or a grandpa film or whatever. It's not, you know, one that yeah, it's old, that film, right? It's old. Excited for the memoir. What does he say for the Scarface time? Anything else? A lot of interesting stuff. For Scarface, I mean, he talks mostly about the reception to it and how that, you know, it was his idea to do Scarface and stuff. You know, he saw the original 1932 film. Why am I talking? Why am I telling? No, I'm saving this for Saturday when we do Scarface watch party. But no, he mostly talks about the you know, the reception to it and the fact that it wasn't well received actually in you know, back in the day and stuff, and how it affected him and stuff. So there are definitely some great stories in there for sure. It must be heartbreaking when they finish making a film like this, and usually they have to tear the sets down, yes, and trash all the hard work. Well, it's even harder if you're a set designer on the Bond films and you create a big volcano layer and stuff, and you have to blow it up. That's even more heartbreaking, I would imagine. Yeah, that was You Only Live Twice, by the way, where they had to blow up the big volcano set that the legendary Ken Adam built. I like Michael Keaton and The Founder, which hey Andy, by the way, which is a story of how McDonald's became so successful. That definitely does sound interesting. So yeah, that's one I'll have to give a watch as well, for sure. Oh, this is the scene coming up where yeah, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Ramon is saying that honestly, Man Trouble kind of sucked back in the day, which is strange because Raffleson and Nicholson had quite a few good ones together. Yeah, 5 Easy Pieces and King of Marvin Garn. I actually have not seen King of Marvin Garn yet, so they plan to bring Jack back for a 5th Batman after Batman and Robin occur and bring in Harley Quinn, but they stopped that idea. Ooh, I would have loved to have. Well, how would you have brought him back though? Because he does. Spoilers for this film, nobody has seen it, which I doubt. He does fall from that big church tower, which is, I don't know how many feet. I know it's a comic book, but still, that's a little implausible if you would just get up and be like, it's just a flesh wound. It's, yeah. But I would have loved to have seen Harley Quinn with his Joker, so, because I do love Harley Quinn. I love Margot Robbie. She's the saving grace of Suicide Squad and, you know, Birds of Prey. I love her as Harley Quinn, so yeah, I love the Harley Quinn character. The trouble with Man Trouble, get it, was the god-awful, here's the thing about the thing, no, the trouble with Man Trouble was the god-awful direction and script, where to begin. I mean, I like I said, I liked it. It's not a top 10 Nicholson film, but I liked it. What kind of nuts? The crazy kind. Yeah, this is yeah, Michael Keaton's famous line. This one: "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." And of course, this is a scene also where Nicholson is going to drop his famous line: "Never dance with the devil in pale moonlight. Something I ask of all my prey. I just like the sound of it." Yeah. The founder PR and awards campaign was detailed, but that was a good one. Oh, okay. Yeah, it definitely sounds interesting about the how McDonald's became successful and stuff. Yeah, it sounds interesting anyway. Some corporate shady stuff in there, I'm sure. This is where he wants to tell her he's Batman, right? Yeah, and then he gets interrupted because Joker and company has arrived. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? It's something I ask of all my prey. I just like the sound of it. I still. I'm guessing the rest is coming. There you go. Can't get enough over the first Batman comic. Can't get over the fact that the first Batman comic came in 1949. Yeah, it was 1936 for Superman, wasn't it? If I got that right off the top of my head. Yeah, these characters have been around for a long time. Pick 2 villains from these movies to work for Spectre. Ooh, now you're talking. That's interesting. I want to pair up the Penguin with Knick-Knack and have them work for Spectre. Knick-Knack from The Man with the Golden Gun. And I want to pair up Nicholson's Joker with I don't know, let's just have Nicholson's Joker working for Spectre. Why not? Nicholson would have made a great Bond film as well, I bet. I mean, it's Nicholson, so I'm sure he would have. Acres of Movies, that would have been a fantastic idea, bringing back Jack in 2005 Batman. Too late now. Yeah. Well, he's retired now, so. Well, Miss Vale, another rooster in the henhouse? Yeah, now Jack Nicholson, of course, has been retired. I'm guessing since about that. No. He's been retired since 2010, 2011 when he did that film, How Do You Know? ? That's the name of the film. That's the last one he did, yeah. I was getting confused with Connery and Hackman. They retired around 2005, 2006, just around that time, I guess. The VHS for this movie was everywhere. They sold at the filling stations and check. Yeah, the bat craze of '89. You could not escape Batman in '89, could you? I mean, from what I've been told, because obviously I wasn't born yet or alive yet, but I've been told you couldn't escape Batman in '89. So yeah, the hype for it and the marketing for it was amazing. Fantastic. It was all over the place. From what I've heard, anyway. Top 5. Ooh. Well, I've not seen a whole lot of Kim Basinger film. I mean, obviously, I've seen her in Never Say Never Again, Grudge Match with Stallone, this one. People I Know with Pacino, I've seen that one. 9.5 Weeks, I've seen that one. Some other ones. LA Confidential, of course. Is it that one? Yeah, it is that one, yeah. Let me come back to that, but those ones I've mentioned, I do like them all. I especially love her. I mean, I'm not the big fan of Never Say Never Again, but I do love her in Never Say Never Again, as I do Barbara Carrera on that one. I'll come back to that one. Yeah, 9.5 Weeks. Yeah, that's great. Like I said, also LA Confidential. The most detailed information I've heard about the 5th Batman film came from Bob Daly and Terry Semel, who ran Warner Bros. At the time. As far as published accounts of that has leaked, online, he wanted $85 million. Oh, Nicholson, yeah, that's a big number, but yeah, considering what he got for this one, probably peanuts compared to what he got for this one. In the long scheme of things. You want a Door in the Floor with Jeff Bridges. This is Kim Basinger. Door in the Floor with Jeff Bridges might be her best drama performance. Good. Quasimodo is done. Yeah. 9.5 Weeks. Yeah. It was definitely a. Oh, I forgot about another one. The Getaway, the '90s one with Alec Baldwin as well. No, the '90s remake, the TV movie of The Getaway. I do like her in that one. Brilliant marketing campaign for this movie. Just the fact that the bad logo alone, without the title, was enough. Yeah, that thing that you see there by the TV, that was all over the place. Yeah, go global. Yeah. Did she do a film called No Mercy, or have I imagined it? It rings a bell. It rings a bell. I Dreamed of Africa killed her career, but that was good. Her best is Real McCoy and Nadine. She's great, and I love her in this. She's a journalism role model. Well, she's no Lois Lane, she's no Margot Kidder, but yeah, she. I mean, I do like her. Yeah. No Mercy is Tom Baker's favorite Kim Basinger film. No Mercy. I'm having dinner with Kim and ooh, you lucky devil, in a fancy restaurant. She did well in No Mercy '86 and many movies. Yeah, I mean, I say this in my People I Know review that's coming up next week, where she's in that film with Pacino. Every time I see her in a film, every time I watch one of her films, she's always great. She never disappoints. She's always. So she's always an actress I like seeing on screen, for sure. I mean, she was a highlight in Grudge Match with Stallone, which is underrated. I like Grudge Match. No Mercies with Richard Gere. That's might be why I haven't seen. I'm not the biggest Richard Gere fan for some reason. I don't know. I've never really gotten into him. Don't know what it is, but yeah, some actors you just click with, some actors you don't. So, and I don't click with Richard Gere too well. The Getaway, the original, I do love the original with Steve McQueen. Yeah, it was the first DVD I ever owned. It came free with my DVD player. I remember my first DVD actually was Spider-Man, the 2002 Spider-Man Sam Raimi, that came with the DVD player that we had back then. Or did it come with the PS2? I think it came with the PS2 actually, which the PS2 was pretty much a DVD player. So yeah. She does well in The Marrying Man. I've not seen that one either, I think. No. Does ring a bell anyway. Yeah, LA Confidential, No Mercy. Oh, 8 Mile, Final Analysis. Oh yeah, Blind Date, yeah. Top 5 for Ramon. Oh. Fun Comedy was my Stepmother's an Alien. Her and I have heard that one. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that one. My Stepmother's an Alien, yeah. Dan Aykroyd. The Gateway? No, The Getaway. Remake is my number one Kim film. Cool. Yeah, it's a good one. It's not bad for a remake, to be fair. I mean, you also got James Woods in there, so you can't go wrong. Jeff, you need to see No Mercy because Dutch actor Jeroen Krabbe is the villain. Well, he wasn't the most memorable villain in The Living Daylights now, was he? So, yeah, he's still a good actor. But I did like him in The Punisher. But no, I will definitely check it out for sure, yeah. She would have played the Jennifer 8 lead role instead of Uma Thurman. Jennifer 8 lead role. You'll have to clarify that one. Jeroen Krabbe is good in everything I've seen him in. Very dependable character actor. Yeah, I mean, he's always solid. I mean, he's not the most memorable villain in The Living Daylights. He would not even make my top 20 Bond film ranking because it's the character. It's mostly the character, the way he's written and stuff. But his acting is good. So yeah. Yeah, I always forget he's in The Fugitive as well. But yeah, there's Grain Dance, so many movies, Crossing the Land Sea, and The Fugitive of Many. Yeah. Even good in Jumping Jack Flash for about 5 minutes. I've not seen that one. Yeah, The Punisher. I did mention I do like him in The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. Yeah. I did mention that one. Which is still my favorite Punisher film, is that one with Dolph, yeah. Oh, here we go. We see the fucking origin story of Batman again. We see his parents get shot again, this time by the Joker, like I said earlier. Jennifer 8 was Thriller with Andy Garcia and Uma. It could have been better with Kim Basinger. Okay, I've not actually seen that one, so yeah. I'm interested though, because I do like Andy Garcia and I do like Uma, so. His son, Martijn Krabbe, was the most popular TV presenter. He's dying now. Oh, I've not heard. I don't watch much TV these days anyway, so. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I've definitely seen him host stuff on TV, but I haven't seen. I haven't watched mainstream TV in about 5 years or so, at least. So, because I can't do with commercials, and if I want the news, I can just use my phone. So why should I watch the TV channels? It is the year 2300. You are your age now, and you rent a cryogenic lab, and every actor in a movie, star is frozen at the optimal. Yeah, okay, I see where this is going. Which three do you unfreeze first? Al Pacino, Nicholson, and Stallone. Those I would unfreeze first, yeah. Which is actually another way of saying those three probably would be my favorite actors. I would probably say Pacino. Of course, everybody knows Pacino's my favorite. I would probably have Stallone as my second favorite, to be fair. And then I will go Jack Nicholson before I will even mention someone like Robert De Niro. Again, it's not disrespecting De Niro. I love De Niro, but I just take a look at the entire filmography because I've seen so many films from all these guys, Not Arnie, you leave him in the cooler. Well, I would unfreeze him as well, but the first one I would run to would definitely be Pacino, that's for sure. You're not sending me to the cooler. Yeah, I would unfreeze him, and then I would say, well, that's your penalty for playing Mr. Freeze. That's why you've been frozen for so long. Yeah. Cool, I was thinking Al, Nicholson, and Stallone. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, Arnie. Brando. I would unfreeze Brando. And I would put him back in the Godfather outfit and we'll say, here, do some more Godfather stuff. De Niro. Who would be frozen? Jean-Claude Van Damme. Let's unfreeze Van Damme. Yeah. Mr. Freeze could unfreeze himself. Yeah. Have you guys seen that Hot Toys 1/6 scale action figure they're doing of Mr. Freeze? It looks fantastic. Now, I never thought I would have been interested in a Mr. Freeze action figure, but that one is, it's so tempting to get that one. Actually, for as many 1/6 scale action figures as I own, and they're all there, I actually do not own a Hot Toys one, so it would probably be my first Hot Toys figure if I did get that one. But man, it looks amazing. The likeness to Arnie is there. The suit lights up. You got the blue LEDs and stuff in there. It looks like a fantastic action figure. RIP my wallet. I would probably get that one actually. I never thought I would have a Mr. Freeze figure on my mind, but ever since seeing it, I'm like, shit, I need that one. Superman. Love Superman. Superman is my favorite superhero. And I guess the reason why is kind of explained in Kill Bill when David Carradine has his big superhero speech. I like that Superman is much different from the other superheroes, and that Superman was not or did not become Superman. Superman was born Superman. You know, the other guys, you know, Bruce Wayne, he has to put on a costume to become Batman. Superman is Superman. His costume is Clark Kent. That's why I like Superman. When I first saw Kill Bill, I was like, that's the reason why. David Carradine just perfectly explained to me why I love Superman the most. Because there's that difference to him. And of course, well, he's the Man of Steel. You know, he's untouchable. You know, you pretty much can't kill him except you have kryptonite. You know, except for kryptonite, he's, you know, you can't nuke him, you can't shoot him, you can't burn him, you can't freeze him. Mr. Freeze is not sending him to the cooler, you know. No, Superman is, and especially, like I said, the incarnation of Christopher Reeve, man. It's, yeah, Christopher Reeve is Superman. He will always be Superman. May he rest in peace. You know, he was fantastic. He was super, pardon the pun. They would be so cool if they all on free and start making movies. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I missed out on that one. I would like to get some Hot Toys, one of those superhero ones. But yeah, the Joker Hot Toy one is going for ridiculous money, sadly. But yeah, if they re-release it, I will be all over it. Would you like to have seen more scenes in this as Joker is recruiting Estelle and then getting his skills and tricks in order, testing the poisons? Well, I think it's pretty. I mean, yes, I would always love more Jack. Yeah, but I think Jack has more than enough screen time in this one. Like I said, this is already at the risk of becoming, you know, Joker the movie instead of Batman. You know, I think if he did have more scenes, it would definitely become, you know, Batman would become a secondary character in his own film, which he already is at the risk of becoming now. So yeah. I love Arnold, Mr. Freeze. Yeah, that's a great costume. Yeah, as I watched Batman and Robin again the other day, I actually really love the set design and the colors and stuff in Batman and Robin. Not a big fan of the bat nipples and the bat butt cheeks in the outfit. I could have done without those. I could have done without the bat credit card. But I do love Mr. Freeze and the whole aesthetic and stuff, and even Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. You know. I love Superman the most because it was the first one I saw in the movies. Yeah, I wish I saw that one on the big screen. Would love to see that one on the big screen actually. Superman, yeah. Yeah, Richard Donner. Yeah. Imagine if Burton made the Batman movie with Arnie's Mr. Freeze. Yeah, a more dark and serious one with a few jokes thrown in like this one. Could have been, yeah, I would say so. Yeah, because I do love the Burton style. So yeah, I would say so. Good reason, Jeff. Loved Superman and Batman, but was always a sucker for the Hulk. Yeah, when it comes to Marvel characters, I do like the Hulk as well. Actually, yeah. I have only seen the Edward Norton film. To be fair, I've not seen the Avengers and stuff like that, but I do like the Hulk. Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, sir. Hey, Jeremy. This is my movie that at 12 years old made me want to make movies. Awesome. That's awesome. I had calendars, the comic tie-in, the novel tie-in, trading cards, Batmobile model car. Oh, that's awesome. I hope you still have some of those. Those things are worth a lot of money now. Oh, shit. Also love how nerdy and clumsy Christopher Reeve. Yes, the transition, you know, when he goes from being Clark Kent to being Superman, and then, yeah, I mean, again, nothing but praise for Christopher Reeve, man. Legend and the perfect Superman. You know, as I recently, just today, actually, I watched Man of Steel. Henry Cavill is not bad as Superman. Henry Cavill comes close, but yeah, nowhere near as Christopher Reeve, though. But he's still good in his own right. I will give him that. What is the credit backing bank behind the Bat card? What? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense that Bat credit card, does it? Would the Phantom have done with a better costume? I'm assuming that Phantom, I think, is a Batman character, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Don't think they use him in a live-action film, have they? The Phantom. Not that I can think of, anyway. Definitely familiar with the character, but yeah, this is the only character I don't give too much about in this film, though. Johnny Knox. So is he Johnny? The Knox character, anyway. No, not Alexander Knox. I think is his name. Right? Yeah, the guy that's with Vicky Vale. I hope we someday get the Dark Batman for. Oh yes, the Joel Schumacher. Yeah, there is. What was it? There's a lot of deleted footage for that, isn't there? That's what I've heard anyway. Yeah. Would you like to see what the other designs for the Joe? I think in the on the Blu-ray and on the 4K and stuff, you got the making of. I think they do go over some of the concept art and stuff, I guess, and some of the original ideas, and stuff that they had for the Joker in terms of makeup and design and stuff. So I've seen some of them, but I'm always interested in that, because I do know for Dick Tracy, I've seen pretty much all of the original sort of makeup tests that they had for Pacino, and it's like you got Pacino with a longer chin, you got Pacino like this. And I do like seeing that stuff, like what went into doing it. I think growing up with Adam West, Batman the Credit Card seems quite realistic. Yeah, well, yeah, when you're definitely used to the Adam West stuff, yeah, definitely. But after coming off Batman and Batman Returns, and then Forever is kind of like a dip, like a cross between both, and then going into full camp again for Batman and Robin. It's like, ooh, what happened? Just 2 movies ago, the Penguin was biting somebody in the nose. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Phantom Billy Zane film. They did the Phantom and the Shadow with Baldwin in the 90s. Okay. I've not seen it. Not seen it. Bob is a good pal of Jack in real life. Tracy Walter. He also does good as the pervy fast food. Oh, Married to the Mob. Yeah, with Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah. And the Cook and City Slickers. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, Billy Crystal. Yeah, Billy Crystal and Jack Palance. Yeah. Those are good films. I haven't seen City Slickers in ages, though, to be fair. I found The Shadow a very strange film and concept. The weird makeup and lighting on the face, etc. Again, I can't comment. I haven't seen it. Gonna need a minute or two alone, boys. Ah, yes. The Batwing. Again, these special effects still hold up, man. Oh, the iconic shot of it, coming up from the full moon. These effects still hold. That's probably just a model that they got, going through the sky. But yeah. Speaking of Nicholson, yeah, the 2 Jakes, strange early August 1990 release, and didn't get much of a war. Yeah, I mean that film was doomed to begin with, because Chinatown, it's such a masterpiece. It's 1974 doing a sequel that comes out in 1990. A little too late, but again, nobody expected it to top Chinatown. But I don't mind the 2 Jakes. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty decent. It's a really well made film. Nicholson directed that one as well, if I'm not mistaken. No, I really like the 2 Jakes. It's not bad. Would you like a merge combined sequel for Red Heat and Tango and Cash? Ooh, so like a crossover between Red Heat? Yeah, I love both movies. Yeah, would give us Arnie and Sly in their prime. So yeah, definitely. Batwing for life. Yeah, never depicted better. Oh, I love this bit with the long revolver and he pulls out. That thing is massively oversized. It does make a dent, though. Yeah, he has a pistol or a revolver with an extendable barrel, which is, I don't know if that's an actual thing, because I don't know much about real guns, but yeah, it's it's a cool concept. I like it. It's a cool concept. Really enjoyed two takes. Yeah. Take two. Really enjoyed two Jakes. One of Harvey Keitel. He is great in that one. Harvey Keitel. I love Harvey Keitel. Very underrated actor. Doesn't get mentioned enough. Among people like Nicholson and Pacino and De Niro and all those people. Harvey Keitel is fantastic. Everything he's done that I've seen anyway. I want to see Batman Beyond with Keaton as Old Man Bruce. We saw a flash of this in The Flash. Yeah, again, I just picked up The Flash, and I haven't seen it yet. I do know that Keaton is in it, and I've heard people say that similar things, that they want to see a Batman Beyond. So I would be on board. I'm looking forward to seeing The Flash, to actually watching it, and actually seeing Keaton back as Batman. I haven't watched it on its release. I only picked it up just last week on Blu-ray. Getting back into the DC stuff now, so yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing The Flash. I mean, I've heard, mostly positive things about it, to be fair. Or generally positive things, let's put it that way. Oh, here we go. Climbing the church tower. Gonna need 5 minutes. Better make it 10. Hey, that sounded more like Charles Bronson. You need 5 minutes. Better make it 10. Yeah, imagine Bronson as a joke. Oh no, I can't. No, nobody can. No, that would not work. Son took me to see The Flash in theaters for Father's Day. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see it back in theaters. When it was what 2 years ago at this point, I want to say. I don't know. I guess I just never got around to it. I'm glad I never realized as a kid Batman went through all this stress. I just thought he had cool bat shape. Oh, just cool bat shaped vehicles. Yeah, I love the Gotham TV series. I'm not a big TV series guy. I don't watch a lot of TV shows. Not a lot of modern ones anyway. Obviously, you all know I love a lot of the old 80s and 90s TV shows, and late 90s, early 2000s and stuff. But Gotham, I really like the Gotham TV show. Yeah. Oh shit, skip one. Ezra Miller's eyes and eye movement are disconcerting and take me out of the movie. Yeah, I've heard things about him. He's kind of problematic. But yeah, I don't know the guy personally, so yeah, but I've heard problematic things about this individual. Oh, no worries. Yeah, I'll probably be there as well after this wraps. We're only we're at the finale, so how long do we have left? Only about 20 minutes left, so yeah. Okay, now I gotta turn the controller off again. There we go. So yeah, I'll be there in a second as well, or a few minutes. Hitting a man with glasses, yeah, that's coming up. Yeah, you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? Yeah, but I always wanted this fight to go on longer, or some of his museum pals to help out and fight him versus Batman. Fight for him versus Batman in the church, even though. Yeah, I do wish the fight scene, the final battle here, was a bit extended. I do agree with you. There. I do love this one where he drops the bell. Yeah, the big. Yeah. Somebody should do that to the clock tower I got across the street here, because those clocks drive me crazy. Wanted it cut down, yeah. Yeah, Peter Gruber wanted it cut down, yeah. Definitely do. Oh yeah, I will watch The Penguin. Yeah, that's definitely on my list. It will take a while to get to because I'll watch it soon. But yeah, no, I'm currently watching The Last of Us again. Because obviously The Last of Us is now having its second season. So I'm watching that every week when the new episode drops. Other than that, yeah, I still got loads of films and stuff to watch. It just time is the big enemy. You gotta fit it in. I gotta fit it in somewhere. You gotta find the time for it. Yeah, that's the thing. Because I got so many films to watch still for my Pacino reviews as well. It's yeah. The performance itself bothered me. They can do what they want of the feel, but I don't like the way that they did the Flash or the other. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, again, I've only seen Justice League with that guy, with that individual as the Flash. I didn't mind him in the Justice League, both versions, I should say. I've seen both versions, the Zack Snyder one and the original one. I don't mind him. I was like, well, okay, it's the Flash. It's the Flash. Whatever. I've seen the Flash TV show again, not all of it, because that's the thing with TV shows. I don't make it all the way through a lot of the times. I don't make it all the way through. I like stop midway season 4 or 5, whatever. I never watch it again. But I do like the Flash TV show. I love his that interpretation on the TV show. But yeah, I can't comment too much on Ezra Miller until I actually watch his solo outing as the Flash in, well, the Flash. I think this fight isn't real time. Doesn't someone say there's 10 minutes? Yeah, Nicholson, before he enters, he says, well, I need air support or I need transport picking me up in 5 minutes. And then he takes a good look at the tower. He's like, better make it 10. Yeah, so I think you are correct there. Yeah. The laughing Joker clock watch was awesome. Yeah. Exactly. So many films and TV shows. So goddamn little time. I like doing a Jack Nicholson impression when I'm watching a Nicholson film. I like to go extravagant like Nicholson does. But that is very true. So many films, so little time. Yeah. Sad but true. Yeah, wouldn't it be awesome if a day, instead of 24 hours, we would have had, like, I don't know, 38 hours or something? Imagine 38 hours. Imagine the stuff you can do in 38 hours. You can sleep a little longer, still have 8-hour work day, still have, work for 8 hours, and then so many hours of free time and then sleep again. Oh, can't we just add some hours to a day? Would that be too much to ask? Do what I do. Buy the movie, then leave it in the plastic wrap and never watch it, but at least you have the collection. No, unlike other people on YouTube, I watch everything that I have in my, or I try to watch everything that I have in my collection, and everything I buy, I know is stuff that I'm gonna like. So yeah, no blind buys, or not too many blind buys for me anyway. The program, The White Lotus. Yeah, I've heard good things about that. F. Murray Abraham. Arnold's son. Yeah, there are some good. Aubrey Plaza's in that as well. I do like Aubrey Plaza. She's in that show as well. I haven't seen an episode of it, but I have heard good things about it. I always remember Arnie's advice when people say to him they don't have enough time. He tells them, sleep faster. All play and no work, so we are not dull boys. Yeah. That reminds me again of The Shining. All work and no play make Jack a dull boy. F13, Friday the 13th can be watched in a day, and most of the good Bond films can be watched in a day. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, except if you watch On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Casino Royale, and Skyfall in a row, that's already, 8 hours? Because both are 2.5 hours, all three of them are like 2.5 hours ish. But yeah, the Friday the 13th, so you can definitely binge them in a day. You can even binge the Batman films in a day, I guess. At least the. Let me illustrate what I mean. These ones from 1989 to 1997, you can binge those in a day, I guess. You can probably binge the Superman films in a day. This is a long day, but doable. The Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah, there's possibilities. But you need to have the time. I watched all the Friday the 13th in one day once, and it changed me as a person. I could probably do up until the 8th one, but then once we get to Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, there will be some trouble getting through them. I think those would break me if I did a marathon, if I did a binge watching of all of them. I think those two would definitely be the ones to break me. You made me I made you first. Now you say I made you. Yeah. I just love Nicholson. Yeah, the clattering teeth here. Nicholson tries to hit him. Oh. I made you. You made me first. Now I'm doing the Christian Bale thing. Yeah, that's why Keaton does the better Batman voice. It's 1989. You want to hire Franco Colombo for a free picture deal, and Arnie will be in 2 of them in a supporting role. Which movies do you put Franco in? Ooh, they would have to be films that come out in the 90s because it takes a year to film a film. Ish. I don't know, what films would I have for Franco Colombo in the early 90s? I can't choose any Arnie or Sly films because obviously, it's. Let me come back to that one. That sounds ominous. Let me come back to that one. No worries, mate. The film is almost over anyway. So thanks for being here. Thanks for brightening up the chat as always. And yeah, again, once again, congratulations on the 1,000 subs. And we definitely have to do a stream together, you and me. It's bound to happen. Got to do that soon. We got to do a collab on one of these. So yeah. Anyway, thanks, May, and see you soon. Take care. What's your favorite quotes from this one? Mine, the "Let's get nuts," the rhubarb. Yeah, anything Jack says. Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? That would probably be one of my favorites. It's something I ask of all my prey. I just like the sound of it. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? Yes. There's so many. There's too many. Too many to choose from. I love that the Joker is just the guy. He has no special powers. Can't even hurt Batman when he punches him. He's dangerous through his intellect, psychotic actions alone. Yes, he's definitely more rude, more down to earth Joker. I guess. I guess you can say the most realistic Joker is probably Joaquin Phoenix, but yeah, that's a little too realistic. I think maybe that's a little too depressing, rooted in reality. If you know, it's. But yeah, that's why probably Nicholson is my favorite of the Jokers. Yeah, can't forget about this line. This town needs an enema. Yeah. I've played all the Arkham games. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, even Arkham Origins, which I didn't mind. I've not played any of the older Batman games. I think I have played the Batman Returns. No, Batman Begins game that came out as a tie-in game, obviously for the Nolan film. But that's about it. I've not played any of the old school ones that Gareth has played on his channel, like the NES or the Super Nintendo, those kind of games, unlike the old systems and the Commodore or whatever. I've not played any of those old games. Here goes Jack. Falls down the tower. Yeah, but I love Arkham Asylum. I'm actually going to play that again. I've actually got it installed on my PS5. I'm going to play that again. I might do a playthrough of that on the channel, actually, because I love the Batman Arkham games. I watched them from the remake to the first. Oh, that's Friday the 13th, yeah. And the worst thing about watching the first 5 Friday films is like watching the same film over and over. Yeah, I get that. That would make sense. Yeah, I would agree. I can definitely see that. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I got the yeah. You can see I can add a little bit of sound, not too much though. Yeah, don't want to get copyrighted at this point. This town needs an enema. Yeah, ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? You can make them up too, or ones that aren't. Oh yeah, Isobar. Yeah. Yeah, definitely action films. Like I wouldn't cast Franco Colombo in a romantic comedy, so yeah, got that one. Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? This was an awesome experience seeing the movie and reliving it again. This was bigger than any movie, and the summer itself hadn't been so. Yeah, man, 89. Oh, Indiana Jones' Last Crusade, man. Batman. Back to the Future. You know what? So many great films in 1989, man. That's definitely, yeah, yeah. Arkham Origins, yeah, yeah. That's underrated. They should remaster that one. You can obviously play the other Arkham games on PS4 and PS5. Where's Origins? Yeah, get that back to yeah. Well, the modern consoles, I guess. As it was sold enough with everything else, and they wanted to pull it to get in the video stores. Yeah. Are you going to Bat Signal? We're ready now for Batman Returns, and well, maybe soon. Maybe I'll do Returns as well because I do love the first two Burton films, like I said. Maybe I'll do Returns at some point. When's Christopher Walken's birthday? Maybe I'll do that for Chris Walken's birthday. I love that the Joker looks like a cartoon when he falls. Yeah. Oh, shit. Ooh, what's happening? There we go. The PlayStation Arkham games were great, brilliant visuals. Yeah, great stories to them as well. Like I said, those games really taught me a lot about the lore and the other sort of characters in the Batman games. Batman universe. Yeah, I love them. Love the Arkham games. Mr. Wayne told me to tell you to be a bit late, madam. Miss Vale. Not a bit surprised. What is your favorite cinema to go to? Most cinemas that were around when Batman was playing usually take photos or have photos when they... take photos? Oh, have photos of when they... first... Oh, okay. I've not seen a cinema here do that, but no. My favorite cinema is just the one that's nearest to me because, yeah, it's only 10 minutes away by car, so... That's the one I go to. It's a View Cinema. You know, I think you guys. I think they're also in the UK. I'm just gonna type it in case I mispronounce it. But there you go. That's a cinema. That's like 10 minutes away from me. They often do classic films as well. Like I saw First Blood there on the big screen, Scarface on the big screen. They often do re-releases of the classics, which I love going to see them especially. So yeah. But yeah, we have a View Cinema. It's only 10 minutes away from me. So yeah. But yeah, Batman is over and credits are rolling. Time for a smoke. Made it 2 hours without a cigarette. Imagine if we're going to watch Scarface. Oh yeah, Saturday Scarface, 3 hours. It's going to be 3 hours without a cigarette. There might be a break in that one. There might be a intermission. Maybe after they push it to the limit sequence, we shall see. My local childhood cinema just before it closed, one of the last films they showed was Batman '89. Cool. What size? It's a 50-inch Samsung 4K television. Yeah, smart TV. View used to be Warner Village Cinemas, I think. It's also Dave's local cinema. There you go. Joker can be healed from that fall. It would have been... I don't know. I mean, that would be stretching credibility a lot. Again, I get it. It's comic book. It's superheroes and stuff, but that would be stretching it even for the Joker. I mean, I wish Nicholson would have come back at some point, but yeah, it would be switching my brains off a lot, you know, to, yeah. Steam Remake part. Definitely not part 2, because I think, again, Batman Returns is great in the villains department as well, with Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito and Christopher Walken. The third one, though, I mean, I love Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey as the Riddler. And on paper, I should have loved Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, but yeah, definitely a letdown in the villains department, considering the other ones. And then, you know, you got Batman and Robin, you got, Arnold and Uma Thurman. So, yeah. And a wasted Bane, you know, but yeah. Damn, I wish I had a cinema 10 minutes from me when they show classic movies. Yeah, 10 minutes by car I should add if if I walked, it would be a good 20 minutes or so. maybe 25 minutes. My TV is 32-inch non-4K. I've never actually seen anything in 4K Blu-ray. Well, once you do, it's yeah. After this stream ends, should we all pile in on Gareth's stream? Well, yeah, that's definitely what I'm intending to do. At least say hi, because I've never seen Michael Caine in the film Water that he's doing. I'm definitely going to say hi and just pester Gareth for a bit. But first, I'm going to go for a smoke, and then we're going to wrap this up. Yeah. Loughlin Walken says Iota in Batman Returns. If you care one iota about my son, I'm Max Schreck. So you're not Kyle. I'm Bruce Wayne. Why are you dressed like Batman? Yeah. Yeah, man, I love Christopher Walken. Oh, I can. Hello. You can see me double now, can't you? I can turn this off now. Leave. Go. We don't need that anymore, do we? Because the film is over. There you go. Time for a cigarette. I do hate it on the 4Ks and stuff when you get these after a film ends. You can never skip these for some reason. Batman Forever is still my favorite. Of all of them. Wow. Wow. No, that's of all of them. That's interesting. I have no idea what the water film. Oh yeah, Michael Caine. Yeah, I've never seen that. Yeah, not a Michael Caine film that I'm familiar with. I have seen that. That's Sean Penn and Christopher Walken, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mike. Yeah, I've been known to do a Christopher Walken impression every now and then. It's kind of one of my go-to voices when I'm not doing Arnold or Sly or people like that. Yeah, Chris Walken is definitely in my portfolio of impressions. Animal Kingdom, the Australian crime movie, is a dark one too. Oh, I've not seen that one. It's kind of tricky to do him well. Everybody does him up here, but just sometimes gotta go down. Down here, he sounds so intimidating, but then he goes up. You know, you got to do the ranges. You know, Christopher Walken is kind of, you know, more quieter and more threatening, and then the crazy when he goes up and stuff. Water VHS was always at the store once I acquired it. I enjoyed that. Okay. Batman Forever seemed like it was going to be great, but I don't think it's great art. More, it is. Yeah, it is. There's fun to be had with it. Yeah, like I said, I didn't have too much fun with it this time around when I watched it again the other day. But I mean, overall, it's definitely not a terrible film. That's for sure. It's pretty solid. Can you do some more Palance? I can do Jack doing Palance. You know, you are my number one guy. You know, when Nicholson imitates him, but 3 little mice and so much trouble. From Tango and Cash, I can do that line. Or 2 little mice, yeah, not 3 little mice. Do you think Amazon have actually cast Bond but aren't saying? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, hey, Yam Yam. You just missed Batman, but welcome. Welcome, Yam Yam. Always great to have you here. Doesn't like himself and doesn't seem like himself in Communion. His voice sounds different. I've not seen that one, no. But like I said, there is the differences in Walken when he goes down and when he goes up and stuff. When he's down here, he's more threatening and more, I don't know, it's just something to it. You know, like, you know, in Pulp Fiction, the speech in Pulp Fiction, you know, let's watch when he does the whole watch speech, you get that different level of Walken, when he goes, yeah. Is it just me, or the only downside to Blu-rays is a lot of films when I put the disc in the menu as parts of the film playing? I don't like that because it spoils the film. I hope they end that. I like some interactive menus when they do have some images from the film and stuff, but they should be careful, to not have spoiler shots in there and stuff. But I definitely do prefer them over just the static images that we usually get with Blu-rays and so on the menus. Batman Forever is pretty much the loudest film I've seen in the cinema. It was like being at a concert. Yeah, I can see that. Jack Palan's action movie Second Chance is a good one. Aerial Cable Part. Oh, I have not seen that. No. No, not a superhero fan, but wanted to pop on and say hello. Well, watch out. Yeah. I am and I'm not. Like I said, it's the DC stuff I like. I like Batman. I like Superman. I like Harley Quinn. I like the DC characters. But when it comes to Marvel, not an Avengers guy, not an Iron Man guy. So yeah, it's Superman superhero films. It's 50-50 with me most of the times, I will say. This one though is a classic. Jack Nicholson. Yeah, it's Nicholson. Nicholson is still the best Joker, like I said. I had a lot of fun watching this film again. Literally again, because I watched it a few days ago. Because like I said, I'm going through all the DC films at the moment. I've watched all the Christopher Reeve Superman films, Superman Returns. Look at that, we're still going with legal warnings. Superman Returns. I've seen all the Batman films. Yeah, so I've seen all the Superman films recently. Seen all the Batman films. I watched the Dark Knight trilogy again. Watched Man of Steel and just finished watching Batman v Superman today. Oh my God, Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. Oh, yeah. In terms of other DC films, my next one will be Suicide Squad, Margot Robbie. Get more Gal Gadot and the Wonder Woman film. I'm looking forward to watching that one again. I've got the regular version of Justice League. Then I've got Aquaman. I've seen this one in cinema. I haven't seen it since the cinema, so it's going to be a rewatch. Way overdue. Seen this one in cinema too, Birds of Prey. I actually seen Suicide Squad, the original one, in cinema as well. Didn't see this one in cinema, but it's the second Wonder Woman film. Then I have the Zack Snyder Justice League version. I'm probably going to watch that instead of the theatrical one, to be fair. And then the Suicide Squad. And then it's time to watch those films that I haven't seen yet. Like The Flash and the second Aquaman film. Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom. I haven't seen that one yet. I have seen this one in cinema, Black Adam. But yeah, it will also be a first time watch of The Flash for me soon. So I'm working my way through all these DC films so I can get to the ones that I haven't seen yet. Okay, where are we at? We're going to wrap this up. There we go. Really enjoyed the stream with you, Dan Carlos. Really enjoyed it in the guest. Oh yeah, Mike. Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, we had fun yesterday on that stream. Anyone else going to see Revenge of the Sith 20th? Is that Star Wars? Because I'm not a big Star Wars guy. Sorry to say. No worries, Dave. No worries. I haven't been to the cinema in 8. Yeah, the last time I went is for a classic one. I think the last one I saw in cinema was it last year when they had a re-release. I forget which one, but the last few ones have been re-releases. So yeah, I do like some superheroes like Spider-Man. Oh yeah, that's my favorite Marvel trilogy. It's the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films. I'm not a Fantastic Four fan. I haven't seen Electro or Daredevil though. I do like those. It's what Yam Yam says, but I won't watch any of the Marvel Universe because I don't like superheroism. But I like those. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Have you seen Michael Caine? Oh yeah, I have that one on DVD. I have that one, Blood and Wine. Yeah. J-Lo is in that as well, if memory serves. Oh, Ian likes it. Have you heard? Have you seen The Hand with Michael Caine? I might watch. I've heard of it, yeah, but I've not seen it. Yeah. Oh, Stacy likes that as well. And with that, I think we've reached the end of the comments. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks for watching Batman with me and celebrating Nicholson's birthday. So yeah, once again, happy birthday, Jack Nicholson. There's been plenty of Nicholson talk. People have dropped their favorites and stuff, which is cool to see. Would go to the cinema if they showed the original Star Wars trilogy on special Raw versions. That would be, yeah. How many times have they done a special version of those, right? I've been trying to bully Gareth to watch that. Thank you, Ian. Thank you for being here. Yeah, thank you, Ian. Thank you, Yam Yam. Michael Caine is supposed to be absolutely crazy in The Hand. Michael Caine being crazy. Anyway, no, thank you, Ian. I'm just going to lower the volume because I'm hearing the Batman theme on the menu. Like, this is what I mean. I don't like the static images on the blue. Look at that. This is just an image of the Batmobile on the menu. I much prefer it when it's more, dynamic and like moving stuff in the menus. But I'm getting sidetracked again. Thank you, Mike Barrett. There he is right there, Mike Barrett. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Yam Yam. Thank you, Stacy. Acres of Movies. Dave Savoy 84. Gareth was here in the beginning, so thanks, Gareth. Let's go pester Gareth on his watch party. Thank you, Andy Phillips. And everyone else I'm forgetting to mention at this point. Mayan, Matt, Tocqueville 316, Matt, like I said. Yeah, everyone. If I haven't mentioned you, you know who you are. Thank you anyway. So yeah, this has been the watch party of Batman 89. And again, this was a Jack Nicholson tribute for his birthday. So let's play another montage of Jack Nicholson, and I'll bid you farewell, or as Gareth would say on his channel, ciao. Ooh, crap.
Won't you be happy again? Keep on smiling.
I said over easy!
I suppose those of you who know anything about me know I've always worked with good directors. I choose material well, and after that, I think I'm lucky.
The only one who could do what I do is me.
Last but not least, my agent, who about 10 years ago advised me that I had no business being an actor.
And the Oscar goes to?
I like a career that covers 3 decades, It's nice. One in the 70s, one in the 80s, and this in the 90s. I'm happy.
Tell her a joke. What joke? Tell her about your unhappy childhood.
You guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out. I mean, what do you think you are, for Christ's sake, crazy or something?
Not even if you hear the sound of a thud from my home, and 1 week later, there's a smell coming from there that can only be a decaying human body. And you have to hold a hanky to your face because the stench is so thick that you think you're gonna faint.
I'm real. La 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 la.
Bring me the toast. Give me a check for the chicken salad sandwich, and you haven't broken any rules.
I like a good time, so to speak. I look for it like gold.
Bob? Done.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
I got a feeling I'm fine.
I know we're all pretty small in the big scheme of things. And I suppose the most you can hope for is to make some kind of difference. But what kind of difference have I made? What in the world is better because of me?
3 things to remember when you get older. Never pass up a bathroom. Never waste a heart-on. And never trust a fart.